Hello Internet, it's TheRoschi and I'm back with some more Genshin Impact gameplay, and today we are finally entering Inazuma. I left Mondstadt, I'm leaving Liyue, and I'm going straight to Inazuma in this one, and I'm expecting a pretty fun time. And I'm really excited for Inazuma because there's a lot of Japanese influence, and for those who don't know, I have lived and worked in Japan for 6 years-ish, and it was a good time. I'm no longer there now, but when I was, it was very enjoyable. And I look forward to enjoying this fantasy version of it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Today, first actual steps into Inazuma.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. What can I do for you, traveler?
The Crux Fleet.
Ah, yes. I've heard that you've already made arrangements with the captain of the Crux Fleet regarding your passage to Inazuma. Is that correct?
You know what I did? I went and I talked to her. We're pretty cool. We're pretty chill. I went into a tournament that she was having. I won that tournament, pretty much. Might as well have. And I met a cool samurai guy. His name's Kazuha. He seems pretty chill. You know, it's seeming like a pretty good deal right now.
Now that I think about it, it's been quite some time since I last visited those lands. Unfortunately, I don't have any current intel that would be worth sharing with you.
There you are. You're the traveler that Beidou will be taking to Inazuma, right? Captain Beidou sent me to come get you. We'll weigh anchor as soon as you're aboard.
Awesome. Let's go find a boat. Talk to Beidou.
Ah, you finally made it.
I did.
All these years, come rain or storm, the Crux Fleet has never suffered a delay. If it were anyone else, I might have set sail already.
Apologies, Captain. It's an honor to be aboard.
Don't look too serious, I'm only joking. You're just on time. The crew have just finished making final preparations.
Thank goodness.
Well, now that everyone's here, we set sail for the land engulfed by storm and tempest. The nation of eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Anchors away!
It's a nice boat. After braving the raging thunderstorm, the Alcor finally comes into port. Okay, so we got through the storm relatively okay. Wow. Hey, Thoma! This guy, he is best boy. And I will fight you if you say otherwise. What are you doing by the docks, buddy?
Ahoy there.
Not the first person I was expecting to see.
So, you finally made it. You sure kept me waiting, Captain.
Oh, so they know each other, okay.
And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored guests.
Shush!
Paimon, it's fine.
You can blame your almighty shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more fierce lately. Though the fleet was fully up to the challenge, the inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Thoma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
I don't.
Thoma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. Seems even the stormy seas can't keep rumors of these outlanders' sterling deeds at bay.
Nice to meet you, Thoma.
Oh, it's sure nice to hear you say that.
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Thoma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far to say he's the fixer around these parts. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Thoma. But if he tries to pull any moves on you, I'll be sure to deal with him personally the next time I'm around.
What do you mean by moves? Like dance moves?
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Yeah.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
I look forward to seeing you again, Beto.
Fair seas, Captain Beto. Bye-bye.
Throughout my recording, I talked a lot about my feelings of leaving Liyue and being in Inazuma, and just how weird it feels. That it doesn't quite hit me yet that I'm in a new place. Obviously I am, because I'm looking around and it's different, and it feels different, but I've just been stuck on that side of the world for so long that this is weird. It almost feels like a completely new experience. And I'm just wondering, for you who were playing this game back then and at the time, were you just like, oh yeah, another place, whatever? Or was this just like, were you gobsmacked like I am, essentially? Let me know in the comments below. Inazuma's great. I'm enjoying it so far.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping things on the down low. Are we just gonna walk into the government's hands?
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku Decree. You wouldn't be able to avoid inspection even if you tried. So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Oh, okay then.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. Oh, except you, Thoma.
My name's TheRoschi. I'm some traveler guy, and we're here to find my sister.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons.
Oh.
So, unless you have a valid reason for visiting in accordance with the rules...
Uh-oh.
My apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers, for your kind perusal.
What? Ugh, take your time. No rush or anything.
Paimon, what? Chill. Chill. He's getting us in. I know he could have done it sooner and not have us, like, sweat and stuff, but, hey, I don't blame him. First time he's meeting us, he might want to know, too. And we just straight up said it. So now he has a better idea of our actual reasons for being here.
So, where do we go next?
The Outlander Affairs Agency. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process you have to go through with them.
Sheesh. So it is super strict, just like everyone says.
Sounds like Japan.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in Inazuma, people from everywhere else are referred to as outsiders.
Oh, it's so real, man.
It's become an infestation.
So real. So real and true.
As the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Inazuma with the Sakoku Decree in force. Not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement.
Welcome or not, we don't have a choice. My journey must go on.
I like how you think. I've got a feeling we're going to get along very well.
I'm sure we will.
Now, let's head over to the Outlander Affairs Agency.
Okay.
Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want to apply for residency? Both of you?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million mora.
About that. If we could maybe not have it cost that much, that'd be awesome.
2 million? For a processing fee? Are you serious?
That is a lot.
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total. Don't worry, you can trust my math.
Paimon's like half a person. So, a little cheaper would be nice.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math as...
Ma'am, these two here are good friends of mine. I think you'll find I'm one face you recognize.
Ah, Mr. Thoma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000 mora total.
That is a big discount. It is expensive, but that's still a big discount.
Thank you ever so much, Miss Eureka. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf. I'll treat you to dinner too. How does that sound?
That's... damn. Thoma over here just like, it's 600. By the way, let's go on a date. Like, damn, this guy.
That's not how you haggle! By all means, bargain the price down, but...
Alright then, as you wish, Mr. Thoma. I will make a record.
Thoma's got those moves, man.
Much obliged.
Beidou wasn't lying. He's got moves. Thoma's got moves of some kind, you know?
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
I think it's about more than Mora. Reminds me of someone else's strange relationship with Mora.
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. A processing fee is just a figure of speech. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money, so it becomes a question of how much they can make.
Yeah.
So when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to apply for residency...
Then they'll milk them for all they're worth!
It's a scam.
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy.
That's blatant oppression against Outlanders. Does anyone push back?
Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation era, there's very little that can be done about it.
Yeah, I mean, they also need to make money some way, too. I mean, it's still not cool, but yeah.
The most that overseas merchants can do to look after themselves is stick together. That's how the International Trade Association came about.
So it's a trade association built by and for Outlanders?
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests, the association provides help, support, and structure for Outlanders trying to survive on Rito. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
So how would an Outlander ever get to meet the Raiden Shogun? Feels further away than ever.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement when you're an Outlander in Inazuma.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. Yes, given that you are Outlanders, it's certainly a lofty aspiration. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life gazes up in awe.
I still have to find a way.
I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't happen to run into the Raiden Shogun one day after lunch?
And is that likely?
Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way to introduce you to the Raiden Shogun.
Oh, well, do tell.
Really? Wow! Wow, the Rito Fixer is better connected than we thought.
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but it can be done. However, before we get there, connections come at a high price, you understand?
Not you too.
No. In this instance, when I say price, I'm not talking about Mora. In fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, you'll have to agree to help other people solve some of their problems first.
Sure. Favors.
I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal rule for dealing with situations like this.
That's fair.
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep everyone indebted to you.
The Fixer works in mysterious ways. So, what's the job?
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some sort of crook? Never mind.
No, I honestly don't think that. I understand how he might think I'm saying that, but I'm more like, so what's the job, as in like, let's get this rock rolling, you know what I mean? Like, let's go.
Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the International Trade Association are constantly struggling to survive. Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just go and check things out. See if there's any way you can help.
Okay.
The head of the association is called Carisio, and he's a good friend of mine. Go talk to him. I'll wait for you here.
Risu, hi. How's it going?
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the International Trade Association. The Outlander Affairs Agency took you for all you're worth, I suppose.
They tried. Luckily, we had a friend with us.
Good. That's a relief. You need to be careful, or you'll find yourself losing your savings all at once.
We heard the association has been having some difficulties lately. Is that true?
Yes. Left, right, and center. Obstacles at every turn. But that's nothing new for us.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who wants to come here from overseas.
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity, but in and of itself, it doesn't stop us from being able to enjoy a comfortable existence. No. What's really squeezing us Outlander merchants dry is those Mora grubbers from the Kujou Commission.
The Kujou Commission. Okay.
Oh, of the 3 commissions, that's the one that oversees everything on retail, isn't it?
They impose astronomical tax rate, unbelievable regulations, and that's not the worst of it.
I had to look up this guy's name. It's not Crow. Crow is something else, I think. This is just how you would say the name Chris in Japanese. Kurisu.
They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be Mora, but now it's something called Crystal Marrow.
What?
Crystal Marrow? What's that?
Something that most of us in the association had never heard of before either, until the new decree came along. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya in his youth. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for this crystal marrow. But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising demand for crystal marrow drove the price higher and higher. Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. We can't get a hold of it anywhere else.
Isn't that what they call a monopoly?
Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but to buy from them because the tax decree forces us to.
That sucks.
It's a vicious cycle, the consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. And once that happens...
This is absurd treatment. Can't you discuss the situation with the Kujou Commission?
We've tried communicating with the Commission directly. But this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard over the ever-present roar of thunder. Fontaine, my dear homeland. I miss you an awful lot at the moment.
Sounds awful. They're really bleeding them dry. What do you think we should do?
Try our best to negotiate with the Kujou Commission. The vendor does sound like a fishy character.
That vendor. I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us. I have no idea where he sources the stuff.
Well, it definitely sounds like he's being unfair. How do we find him? We could go talk to him and see if he lets anything slip.
Huh? I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals?
You don't recognize me? But I'm the fixer around these parts. I'm just gonna lie here.
Haha, very funny.
Damn it!
Real fixers don't need to refer to themselves that way. I wasn't born yesterday, you know.
Alright, you got me.
So, what do you need with me?
Where do you source your goods?
The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. If I gave you my sources, I might as well hand you the whole darn business.
Why don't you?
Trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret mean, right?
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Yeah. Can you reduce your prices?
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, I see what's going on here.
No, you don't.
Kurisu and his associates sent you here to try and plead their case, didn't they?
No, that'd be crazy. Who's Kurisu? I only met a Chris. It's totally different.
They're wasting their time. The price is non-negotiable, not by a single Mora.
Hey, what's your problem?
Get out of here, go on. Tell them they're lucky to be buying from me in the first place, and they ought to be more grateful. If it weren't for me, they'd be in seriously hot water.
That was quick. You resolved it already?
No, I made it worse.
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
You're gonna have to help us help you.
No? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. I'll help as much as I can.
Thanks, man.
Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand.
What do you know about Werner?
Oh, that guy? I'm familiar.
Mm-hmm.
He used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he'd collect on the beach just to get by. But he seems to have suddenly shot up in the world recently. I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after leaving the International Trade Association.
You're saying he used to be a member of the International Trade Association? So he's an Outlander too?
He's definitely an Outlander. Paimon. His name is a giveaway.
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him?
Yes. Seemed like a Mondstadter to me.
That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt, then went into the shipping business, trading between Leah and Inazuma. When Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group of Outlanders that ended up stranded on Rito.
What a bummer.
The International Trade Association was initially very generous to him, but over time, with decree after decree, the association members found it increasingly difficult to make ends meet.
So he left the association and turned his back on them.
There you have it.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful and cold-hearted of people still have some amount of gratitude and warmth left in them somewhere.
Man, I wish I was as positive as you, boy. Got it. I'll go back and talk to him again.
Really? Is that all you need to know?
Yeah.
Well then, it sounds like you may have found a way in with him.
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you.
Alright, buddy. Time on your hands. Some would call that a form of freedom. It was the wind that led me back here to you.
Huh? Where's this coming from?
A dandelion wine would sure be nice on a day like this. A bard's serenade would be perfect right now. I'll go with the wine.
Mondstadt? You were talking about Mondstadt.
Yeah, man. I consider Mondstadt my home too. As far as this game goes. Ooh, select an item. Because of the Windbloom event.
Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but I can't remember the last time I was there. The scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me back.
Let the wind lead.
Oh, my hometown. The home of freedom. How I long to go back and visit.
I feel like I'm brainwashing this guy. I'm just like saying a bunch of Mondstadt stuff, and he's just like, oh god, Mondstadt, like about to have a crisis.
Trying to play my heartstrings like a liar, are you? I know what you're up to.
What is this? Close your eyes. I really am trying to hypnotize the dude.
Huh? What is this? What are you up to now?
Just close your eyes already.
Listen closely. Doesn't it sound familiar?
You mean the sound of the ocean?
Cheap and tasty, chop suey, grilled tigerfish. Get it while it's hot. Am I trying to remind him of Liyue now? Cheap and tasty, chop suey.
Liyue Harbor.
Yeah, there we go.
I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. The calls of the merchants.
May the flames of virtue spread to all, and never be extinguished.
Xiao lanterns. I'm right there at the lantern right. Oh, look at them floating up into the sky.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either that or he really does miss Liyue Harbor.
Of course he does.
Liyue.
I'll give him a core lapis.
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it.
A lot of people out there sympathize with the position you're in. A lot of people have supported you in the past.
You mean the folks from the International Trade Association? And I suppose they are far from home, just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the waves. I like to imagine it's the voice of my hometown, carried across the ocean. I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that, but I always hide my face and slip away. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things through with them and free myself from this anguish?
Well, no one's stopping you, so...
They're so resilient. None of them had anyone else to rely on, so they rallied together, committed to finding a way to survive. But I couldn't do it. I'm not strong enough. So I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest of promises, offer the most measly benefits, and I'd do whatever they asked of me. And make Mondstadters look like the worst people in the world.
Who are those people?
All right, I'll tell you the whole story. It's eating me up inside, and I can't take it anymore.
You ready to talk now?
The International Trade Association will protect you. Come get a drink with your friends from the association.
But I betrayed them. I can't show my face there.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you messed up, but now it's time to make things right.
Yeah.
So come on, get it off your chest. What's the deal here?
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru, Keijiro and his companions. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal marrow they receive and stockpile it. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an extortionate price, with the proceeds going to the tax collection Ashigaru.
Yeah. It's like, this stuff isn't even important. They're just saying it is, and it's just a harder resource to get, I guess. And like he said, they take it, and then they just give it back to him, and it just cycles through. And he's the only one who's selling it. Yeah, that's rough. That's crazy.
It's plain evil gouging them like this.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's barely enough for me to live on.
We need evidence.
Evidence? You're right. Without conclusive evidence, he will never admit it. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always heads to the same place. It's always made me suspicious. As it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago. I can show you where he went if you want.
Yeah.
Really? Well, then there's no time to lose. Let's go.
Kujou, it's him.
After him.
Chase him down. Follow him without being noticed.
Should I close early?
We're just gonna casually walk after.
Which one should I choose? Sorry.
He's getting further and further away. Let's catch up a little.
We're fine, Paimon.
Ah, Ryoko, how's business?
Too close. That's too close. He'll notice us for sure.
A few moments later.
Hopefully I don't mess it up. Thank goodness. What'd you do to that rock?
What could he be doing at a place like this?
It looked like he buried something over there, didn't it? Why don't we take a look?
He's embezzling. What are you doing here about his rocks?
Whoa, it's a ledger. Boring. Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Paimon, you and I both know ledgers are pretty important. Ah yes, the real reason Paimon came along. Even if we did find Mora, we would give it to the trade association.
Yeah.
This is the correct face to give Paimon. Almost at all times.
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up, our sales will come in at a loss. There'll be nothing left for us to do but starve.
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses.
You got here pretty fast. You're the one making a mockery of the rules here, Kujou.
And who are you? Another new member of the association?
I'm me.
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell everyone all about how you embezzled crystal marrow to sell it right back to the taxpayers.
That's right.
Huh? Is this true?
Absolutely.
You've been swindling us!
Correct.
Well, you see, the taxes,
Fuck. How do taxes work again? Shit. Oh, God.
Let me take a look at the ledger.
Here you go. Krisu reads through each and every item on the ledger.
Well, would you look at that? Every payment the association has made is right here in your personal ledger. So, Mr. Kujou, it seems you have some explaining to do. How shall we settle this,
I think by a beating with bamboo reeds. Or a very in-depth sorry would do.
So you think you can use this against me, do you? It's quite obvious that I'm merely trying to earn a modest living for myself, like anyone else.
I wouldn't say that's modest.
Word has it that Samurai and the Commission place great importance on reputation and prestige. Though I'm sure Commission members won't blame you once word gets out.
Huh? Is that a threat? Are you threatening me?
Yes.
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it would be quite a pity if an illustrious gentleman such as yourself were to have their reputation tarnished.
It's a big what if.
Well, even if what you say is true, what do you suggest we do about it?
You not be a dick. How about that? What if we start with that?
I believe you still have a quantity of crystal marrow in your possession, correct? Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike, and us merchants could finally have some more breathing room.
Is that it?
Ugh. Do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden?
Yeah, see, you yelling that out loud doesn't help.
In that case, I'll send it over to you today.
And not even an ounce of shame for his actions.
Which means he'll just do it again.
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask my friends to help bail me out. What about my losses?
Come on, Harrison. We've already struck a good deal here.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this. I won't let him off so easily.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost to lend them a helping hand, but they're never grateful.
Be careful, dude. You're in no place to say any of this.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth. I assure you that Hirage Shinsuke will hear of this.
Oh, and you dare to utter the Commissioner's name. You Outlanders have no respect for the rules. Seize the merchants. We will resolve this dispute back at headquarters.
Why do we have to seize them? Why do we have to seize? No seizing.
Uh-oh. This is going in a bad direction.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this? If there's a dispute to resolve, let's get a drink and talk it over.
Who are you supposed to be? And why in my right mind would I join you for a drink?
Well, you see, in Japan, a lot of people don't like talking about their personal issues with each other. Everything needs to be okay at all times. However, if you go out and have a drink, that's the one time where you can actually express how you really feel about something. And if you go a little overboard, then you can blame the alcohol for the reason why you did it, and everyone's like, oh, it's accepted then. I realize that I was hurt because you called me a bitch to my face, but hey, there was alcohol involved. I know you didn't mean it. That's very real, by the way.
You never heard of the Fixer?
Context, Paimon. Context.
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro Commission.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro Commission may be, you have no business meddling in Rito's affairs.
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young...
Oh! He's a fan. You could show the young lady of our clan some courtesy. Referring to Ayaka.
Lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would you?
Damn.
That fan. The Shirasago Himegimi.
Yeah, that.
I don't need any trouble with her. Okay, let's forget all this. It'll give us one less thing to worry about.
Okay.
But, Chief!
Enough! We're leaving.
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh? I suppose that bridge is well and truly burned then.
Damn. Thoma, you tend to ask a lot of people out for like drinks and like meals and stuff. Then again, he probably would be loaded considering who he works for. Anyway.
Thank you so much, Thoma. But I'm sorry your relationship with the Kanjo Commission had to suffer for our sake.
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and you're more than welcome. If there's anyone you should be thanking, it's the Traveler. He's the one who found a way to turn things around.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, I found out why he was a bad man. You know.
If nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru will tread a little more carefully in the future.
Hopefully.
Thoma, what was all
Shh, shh, not here. Too many people listening. Let's move somewhere else.
Toma's kind of more of a big deal. Also, I just want to say that I've been making fun of Kurisu's name, saying it's Chris, but that's just how it would have been. You know, I said it before. That's just how it's pronounced in Japan. It's literally just what that is. It's not supposed to be like offensive or anything like that. My real name is Rob, so in Japan they'd call me Robu, or for Robert they'd be Robato, and that's just what that is. Yeah, I just thought it was funny because it's like, I can relate. It's just you have a very normal American English name, and this is Japanified, and it's funny.
Corruption seems rife in the Kujou Commission. They truly are rotten to the core.
Ooh. Damn, wasn't expecting you to just straight up say that.
All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know?
Tell me about the Yashiro Commission.
Straight to the point. Let me reintroduce myself.
Okay.
I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island. I'm an attendant of the Shirasago Himegimi.
Okay then.
You've been keeping your true identity a secret from us this whole time? So, the Yashiro Commission. Guessing that's another branch of the Tri-Commission?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on what exactly that covers, but I'm not even sure myself.
Fair.
I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasago Himegimi.
And that's her title, the Shirasago Himegimi. Okay. I only know Hime, which is princess. I don't know what Gimi is. Shirasago, I'm not sure.
Seems like she must be super famous in Inazuma, given the reaction of those guys just now.
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and kind-hearted too. The people of Inazuma quite adore Miss Kamisato. Her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the clan.
Yeah.
I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant, and yet she treats me as an equal, as she would a friend.
That's very nice of her. So, where did this Fixer of Rito thing come from? And so, as her attendant, are we helping you or her?
You're asking the right questions, and to be honest, I don't want to keep you in the dark any more than is necessary.
Thank you! I appreciate that, because it turns out a lot of other people do want to keep me in the dark. Archons.
Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of relationships on the island, and I got to know Captain Beidou during that time too.
Still pretty good going for just a month's work.
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery, but the main thing was I had to make sure I'd be in time to receive you when you arrived.
I didn't mean to cough and just say Archons. So it's Archons, Dainsley, my sister, who else? Kaya.
Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from hearing about your feats in Mondstadt and Liyue. So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. She's excited to find out whether the rumors are true. That is, that you have what it takes to change the tide of the times.
Change the tide of the times?
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the way to turn the situation around.
I see.
Navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what Miss Kamisato had hoped to see.
So, although he could have just brought us straight to her, he wanted this was a test to see if we actually are capable of turning the tides, so to speak.
With your help, even the Vision Hunt decree...
Oh! I never offered to help. I'm gonna hold off on what I want to say.
That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources were misleading.
I have one goal here. To meet the Raiden Shogun.
Yes, of course. I completely understand, and as agreed, I shall help set that up for you.
Thoma sure didn't put up much of a fight.
He was expecting us to be a lot more understanding.
Well, my work on Rito is done. So I suppose this is goodbye for now. Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komore Tea House, as per the letter. Good luck with everything. See you soon.
Bye, Thoma. Sorry that we were a little bit of a dick.
Thoma's not such a bad guy, huh? We should get going.
There is one problem.
Huh? What's up?
Outlanders are unable to leave Rito.
Oh, right! Paimon forgot all about that! Wait, so did Thoma forget that too?
This must be the next part of his test.
Oh, darn it! No wonder he was so matter-of-fact about the whole thing! As soon as we get off Ritu, Paimon's going straight to Komore Tea House to settle the score! Well, guess we should give it a try. Let's head to the border and see how far we get.
Listen, I know that Ether has had a tough time going through Mondstadt, going through Liyue, who we can trust, who we can't, all this stuff with the Archons, with just the people around him, right? And he just wants what he wants. And honestly, him coming into Inazuma with this attitude of just like, no, me first, I get it, and I think that's fine. However, I am someone who also believes in you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And the way he just kind of denied Thoma of his request was very not cool. I think at the very least he could have gone and like heard them out, which eventually he does anyway because the story makes it happen. Like things just conveniently work out in Ether's favor here, but then he ends up in the place where he would have been if he just went with Thoma anyway. And it just felt like a weird way of just throwing stuff in here to make you busy rather than an actual character move. It just feels a little sloppy to me. I don't know. Does anyone else feel that way? I'm not against his actions, but the logic isn't there. And despite your feelings, I think you could still use logic. He could have at least used it to get to the place and then hear them out and then be like, nah. And then the rest of the game could have taken place and things and whatever, right? There's ways it could have been made a little better in my opinion. But I'm glad to where it leads, and I'll talk about that a little later.
Stop there! Present your travel permits.
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Narukami Island. It's kinda urgent.
Paimon, they don't care about our personal issues.
If you don't have a travel permit, this is as far as you'll get. Those are the rules.
As expected. Traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito?
If the Yashiro Commission has heard of us...
Are you saying we should go and meet with the Kanjo Commissioner?
Sure.
Guess it can't hurt to try. Even if Paimon has a few choice words to say about his subordinates.
Bro, dealing with Thoma and his shenanigans would be so much better than dealing with these guys. They already have stuff again. Like, oh god.
Who knows? Maybe he's our biggest fan.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Halt! This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office. No trespassers.
We're here to see, the Kanjo Commissioner?
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced to...
Yokoyama, yo, what's up? It's your homeboy, Ether. You know, us totally were friends.
Ah, wait.
Oh, Commissioner!
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual spiel.
Oh, nice. Cool. Good.
Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
He's a nice guy.
Huh. Did you get all that, mister?
Yeah, mister. Did you get it?
My sincere apologies.
Alright. See you later, Yokoyama. Burn attack! Ah! Hello.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi clan. It's an honor to meet you both.
I, too, am honored to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come and see you was because...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me, and I should very much like to make their acquaintance. Let's not limit this to business only.
We're gonna have a tea party?
So what you're saying is, we really are pretty famous, huh?
Paimon, we knew. I guess it is impressive that they would know us across the sea. I mean, that is kind of cool, but you know. I guess we're a big deal.
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terror's sails and put the Overlord of the Vortex back under the sea, eh?
Yeah, I just had the help of a god and a giant floating house. It's easy.
Exactly! Paimon thinks you make an excellent point.
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even beat one of their harbingers in a duel. Is that true?
I did. I beat his ass, and it wasn't even hard. Barbara saved me.
Whoa! You heard about that too? Yep. It's true, alright.
As I thought.
So, you think we're pretty cool, right?
Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all.
You're too kind. Ultimately, they still got their way.
Rito is greatly honored to have you visit us.
Cool.
One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people. This makes me wonder whether you might be so kind as to render your assistance to the Kanjo Commission.
Sure. I guess we'll help if we say yes, and we didn't say yes to Thoma. I'm gonna flip out.
Oh, sure. No problem. Whatever you need, right?
Now it doesn't make sense. Time to run some errands again?
Excellent. Well then. You must know the Qingshin. A flower grows on the mountaintops of Liyue.
I don't want to give those to you.
Yep, we've picked a few of those before. So, you want us to go back to Liyue?
No, I'm not. I can't go back, not yet.
Yes, bring me 300 Qingshin, would you? Freshly picked, I mean.
He's joking. That's a joke.
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
I think you might be a couple orders of magnitude off. They don't stay fresh after they're picked.
Too much trouble, is it? I see. Then how about this? We have a few items that need delivering. Perhaps you can help with that?
Okay.
That sounds much more like it.
He actually wanted 300 of those flowers? Bro, cry me a river, so do I.
709 letters to be precise.
Okay. Thoma's over here like, help us bring balance. And we're like, nah. Now we're dealing with this guy, and he's like, be my errand boy.
Hey, what gives? How come you don't have people to do that
terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
Whoever you are, please save me.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
I'll need to look into it more first.
That's the spirit. Don't keep me waiting too long now.
Man, people are not gonna like how I feel about this. Oh, God.
Halt, you two!
No. Saw this coming.
Huh? What did we do?
Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it immediately.
Okay.
A letter? Quick! Let Paimon see!
Lightly perfumed letter. Oh, that's nice. Dear Traveler, would that I could convey this message to you in person. I apologize for the hasty means by which this letter has come to you, and I hope that it hasn't left you feeling perplexed or perturbed in any way. This is my first time extending an invitation to an unknown outlander, after all. It is no mere coincidence that our paths have crossed. Therefore, I hope that you would be so courteous as to meet me tonight, under the glow of resplendent moonlight. Please do not fret about retainers and bodyguards. I will ensure that their attention shall be elsewhere. I look forward to the pleasure of your company. We're going out on a date with someone I don't know.
So this means she wants you to secretly meet her at night?
You look way too happy about this.
But you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on?
We shared a glance.
Huh? Have you been up to something behind Paimon's back?
If only you knew.
Let's ask her tonight and see what she has to say.
Okay.
Ah, you finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Hiragi Chisato.
Hello, Chisato.
This is technically the second time we have met. It's a pleasure to see you again.
I don't know if sharing glances counts as meetings, but sure.
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
I'm glad to see you again.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your accomplishments, and at last we have the chance to meet.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Paimon, or does something seem a bit off here?
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is, well, I feared that I might never have another opportunity to discuss this with you.
Okay.
Discuss what?
Ahem. I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
My face, I mean, Ether is showing how I feel on the inside about all of this right now. Oh my god. I'm leaving.
Like father, like daughter. Couldn't you be more original?
No, you misunderstand me. Please, allow me to explain. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. It is to be given to Kujou Kamachi of the Tenryou Commission. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would better serve him politically. But my heart is with Kamachi.
So I didn't get the love letter? This is bullshit.
There is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you are outlanders. Outlanders seeking to get to Narukami Island. It would be regrettable to let such an opportunity pass.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Paimon gets the whole picture now.
Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. That is my promise.
Seems like a reasonable deal, seeing as we don't have any other options. And this is true. This is actually probably the best case scenario, where it's literally deliver a single letter and we get passage to the island. That's great. It worked out. We got super lucky, because there's no way we knew this when we declined Thoma originally. That's wild.
To be perfectly honest, As long as you remain in Inazuma, my father will have no intention of letting you leave Rito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's why the first thing was go back to Liyue. He was acting nice and cool and stuff, and it was really just him trying to be like, get the fuck out of here. It was honestly like, go back to Liyue, or you're staying here forever, which is why I'm going to give you all these bullshit letters that mean nothing. And it's just going to take you a really long time. And then he would just give us another task if we did manage to complete that. This group right here is awful.
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty obvious he was just trying to hold us up here.
Yeah.
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very arrogant-sounding woman just a few days ago. They seemed to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so respectfully to someone who wasn't the Shogun.
An arrogant-sounding woman. La Senora? Oh. I bet it's La Senora. That she got here before me. Obviously knows I'm like trying to get with, like, see the Archons and like keep me on here or keep me away from here so they can do their thing and I don't interfere. Uh-huh. I see you.
We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. It just so happens that a shipment of goods is... Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the border. I'm counting on you to deliver my letter.
I will. Now, I definitely will. This is my easiest way. Like, won't betray that. We'll see if I like this.
Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to Watatsumi Island?
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly requested by the Kanjo Commissioner. We must be certain that they reach Watatsumi Island intact.
Is there something wrong, Lady Hiragi?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the shipment's safety, and has ordered that myself and an additional qualified escort be dispatched to ensure safe transport of the goods.
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort the shipment personally, are you? There's certainly no need for you to trouble yourself with such a matter. And as for this qualified escort...
I look forward to working with you.
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father has already asserted that this shipment must arrive on time. I'm certain punishment will be duly dispensed if it fails to do so.
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that, well, we don't know who this...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to happen to me en route? I'm sure you are all quite familiar with my father's temperament. Do you really presume that you can fully guarantee my safety on your own?
Boy, Chisato can talk the talk. They don't stand a chance.
Yes, my lady. Very well then. It's an honor to have you accompanying us. Your safety is our highest priority.
Man, her dad's gonna be pissed.
Shinojo, you can't really be agreeing to this.
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself. It is our duty to serve her in the utmost capacity.
Yes, but that's not the problem here.
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once. Dawdling will only allow potential thieves more time to prepare, no?
Yes, my lady. You heard her. There's no time to lose.
All right. Let's get this going.
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it. You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous.
There we go. We're good.
We can take refuge in the village up ahead.
Smoking.
How are you faring, my lady?
We're on fire, help.
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. The road to Narukami Island is just over there. In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission. Consider it a token of my appreciation.
Thank you, Chisato. Please be careful.
My lady.
So that's how it is. I had a feeling something was amiss, but Shinojo, you...
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us, I'm sure of it. But who is this Kamaji you speak of, my lady?
Don't worry about it. It's none of your concern.
I'm not afraid to say that he's the one I love.
Oh, okay. You could just tell him, I guess.
The one you love?
Shinojo, did you honestly think that...
What? No, I was just clarifying, that's all. I would never in my wildest dreams,
Alright, dude.
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word of it, I alone will be held accountable.
Yes, of course. As you wish, my lady.
Next day, these guys got to be, like, executioned like Jesus.
But what will happen if your actions here are discovered, Chisato?
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is sentence me to half a day without food, or something to that effect.
That's still, like, without food? Like, that's... I understand, like, getting grounded or, like, something like that, but to just straight up, like, you can't eat. Half a day is not bad, though, but still.
Huh. Paimon never suspected a guy like him could have a soft side.
I wish you a safe journey. I'm sure we will meet again.
Bye, Chisato!
Bye.
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
All right.
This freaking guy. Oh, man. You are, you're that traveler from abroad. What can I do for you? About Hiragi Chatsu's letter. This letter. Did Miss Hiragi really ask you to deliver this letter to me? Yup. This handwriting. It really is her. Thank goodness. Thank you for making this trip, traveler. As for the travel permit, as it's Miss Hiragi's personal request, I will naturally see it through. Nice! However, I'll need some time to prepare. How about this? Can you wait for me at the Kiminami restaurant? Why do you want to go there? Well, I want a small favor from you. God! Damn! Welcome to Kiminami restaurant. About Kamaji's treats. Well, I've already prepared the treats that Master Kamaji ordered. I'll bring them to you now. But I'm curious about who Master Kamaji will give these treats to. It's not important. Don't worry about it. It's nothing more than a public relations gesture, Miss Kiminami. A while back, Mr. Hiragi Shinsuke presented my father with a batch of fine tea. My father knows that Mr. Hiragi beloved daughter Chisato likes treats, so he told me to prepare some as a gift in return. I was worried that the delivery might take too long, and there might also be unavoidable bumps during the journey, so I specifically asked for this traveler to deliver them. Ms. Kiminami, can I have a look at the treats, please? I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. Sure. Here are the treats. Please take a look. Everything is there. Thank you, Miss Kiminami. Let's move out of the way, traveler. I have a few more things to say to you. Alright, what do you gotta say to me, pal? This is the travel permit. Please take it. Thank you! With this travel permit, you can freely enter and leave Rito. Thank you. Much appreciated. It's fine. This permit will make your delivery a lot smoother. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it otherwise, dude. Also, here's the letter. Did you write this letter yourself? Yes, I tried to write this letter in a tactful manner. I hope Miss Hiragi won't be offended by it. Please deliver this letter and the treats to Miss Hiragi. Do we have to go back again? But this time, you have the travel permit. You should have a lot more freedom than before. I'll leave it to you, Traveler. I also need to go back and deal with official matters. Ugh, when will I be able to go there myself? Yeah, so you guys can like meet under the moonlight and stuff and have like quality time and get everyone mad at you. Traveler, you've returned. I guess you've delivered my letter to Kamaji? Did you manage to get the travel permit as well? Yes, I have, thank you. This is from Kamaji. What's this? Treats? And a handwritten letter from Kamaji? Was it his request? These tricolored dango. You prepared them for me? Thank you, Traveler. I'll make sure to savor these treats. As for this letter, I'll read it with great care. Thank you for your hard work. Please accept these items as a thank you for your help. Who knows, I might need your help again in the future as well. Yeah, hopefully not right now, though. Because I got things to do, lady. This is a lovely tea house you have here. Okay. We good.
According to the letter, this should be the place.
Sorry, we don't serve the general public. I'm afraid you'll have to leave.
Yeah, well, you know Thoma?
Wait! We're not the general public.
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering outlanders that snuck into the nation, judging by your attire.
Why would you word it like that?
Are our clothes really so... what Paimon means to say is...
Paimon, shut up. Here's our invitation letter.
The Yashiro Commission's seal. This must be from Mr. Thoma. It seems there's more to you than meets the eye.
Yeah.
In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven for the Yashiro Commission.
Mm-hmm. He was very kind to give that to us after we said no to his request.
Well, that sounds more like it.
Most people here have you walk across a country to get, like, you know, a flower. Instead, this guy was just like, oh, you don't want to help us? Cool. Come to the tea house anyway. Which is, of course, going to be a way of trying to get us to help them. I wasn't born yesterday. I know things.
Well, now that we're here, where's Thoma?
Where is Thoma?
Paimon doesn't see him anywhere. Do you think he forgot his promise to meet us?
Dog. Also, I remember this place in a cutscene.
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgotten about me.
Oh god.
What? Is that dog talking to us?
But it's fine.
Relax. No need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first time you've seen me in this form?
So you're a dog? I think he's just behind the counter, but we're gonna humor him.
Huh. So you didn't see anything like this when you were in Liyue Harbor?
Well, in Mondstadt there's a cat that works in a bar, knows a lot about a card game. Prince?
Now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
I know a dog when I see one.
All right. I've had my fun.
What? You're not a dog? Actually, he is. He is a golden retriever.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, mister.
Paimon, you've given ugly nicknames to people who have done a lot less than Thoma. I don't even want to hear it.
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been waiting here for you for so long, as was the case in Rito.
Imagine if Paimon just went off the rails. You're getting an ugly nickname. I'm gonna call you Bitch Boy, because you think you're a dog. Bitch. And just, like, loses her shit. I'd be like, Paimon, chill. God damn it.
So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier, though it was quite necessary.
I understand. as a player of the game, I understand.
It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Miss Kamisato, and whether you had the courage to face the lightning alongside us.
Don't think that Paimon's gonna forgive you just because you're getting all serious now.
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies.
He didn't do anything bad. He was just doing a joke. So how did we do in our test? The courage to face the lightning? I think I already know what that means, so.
Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the rules from the very beginning, haven't you?
Yeah, we do that.
Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and resolute determination. A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same, but when the lightning struck...
You mean Kazuha's friend?
Ah, so you've heard of his story.
Yeah.
His light still burns all the more brightly.
So we will be allowed to meet the Shirasago Himegimi?
Yes, of course. I will bring you to the Kamisato residence where the Yashiro Commission is located.
Gotcha.
But before that, there is one other place I was hoping you both would accompany me to.
Yeah, where's that?
Oh? Where?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now, but you can already see it from practically anywhere on Narukami Island.
Okay.
This area sure feels gloomy. People probably don't come here often, do they? Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt decree are put into the statue?
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt decree.
Why did the Shogun issue the Vision Hunt decree?
Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of freedom, and Liyue is the city of contracts.
Yes.
As for Inazuma, it's known as the Nation of Eternity.
Yes.
The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler and its deity.
Makes sense.
The Eternity in question is her endless and unchanging will to rule over Inazuma.
She's a tyrant.
As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs and the Sakoku Decree to limit the people's movement. The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end to the other without disturbing it for all time.
Yep, just keep things as they are. No shift in power and balance, just keep it stagnant. Just no fluctuation.
Seems like every god has their own will.
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason behind the recent Vision Hunt decree, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity doesn't allow for such instability to exist.
Exactly.
Whatever the case, the fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one in this statue. And this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol of eternity.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say that the Raiden Shogun is being, I don't know, selfish?
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever dare speak out so directly against the Raiden Shogun.
Yeah, I mean, we could say any Archon is selfish for going so hard in what they believe in, right? You really could. So yeah.
And yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt decree is something that simply should not exist. And Miss Kamisato has been committed to fighting it since the day it was announced.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Wasn't expecting that. What was that? Sound just now.
Sound? What sound? I didn't hear anything. Did
Yeah,
something happen?
Yeah, see, Thoma, I'm weird and things happen to me sometimes.
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Could hear the sound of people's aspirations.
Aspirations?
Hmm.
That would seem to confirm the saying. Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look upon them with favor.
Yeah, and then that's how they obtain visions, right? Did I just hear, like, people's inner wishes, like their inner, like, determination within the visions themselves all at once because there's more than one here? Like, the moment where they earn it kind of almost gets, like, locked in the vision itself, which is what empowers it. Okay. Interesting.
That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision represents their ambition.
Yeah.
So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined.
So a vision symbolizes ambition and not power. Right.
All right. Time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, of course, a vision grants you power, grants you elemental power, right? Depending on which one it is. But the reason why you have it is because of your ambition. It's granted to you because of you wanting to... Because you want to do something, man. And you have the drive to do so. You have the best word, it's ambition. Like, that's just what it is.
Finally!
Oh boy, we gotta travel there. We gotta, like, that's a ways.
Let's see. What else do I have left to do today?
Alright, guess I'm going in.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be snazzier.
It's hard to top the Jade Chamber.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guests. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasago Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at?
You know, probably vibing. Oh my god, the plant is talking.
Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests.
Oh.
Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
I think I understand.
Makes sense. She's a super important person after all.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea.
No problem, plant.
I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, and Thoma assures me that you do indeed possess the power to change the tide of the times.
That's what he says.
At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can...
I'm just here to meet the Raiden Shogun. I did not come to start a rebellion.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
I'm going to leave now.
No, please! Wait! Please, don't go!
What?
I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
Like a reverse genie.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
Traveler listens while Kamisato Ayaka tells the story of the 3.
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. I will await your return here.
I'll do as you wish.
Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Thanks, Thoma. Konnichiwa, moto biryou ga hitsuyou desu ka? Sore kara member ni naru ka? Watashi no Patreon ni sanka shite kudasai. Tanoshii jikan desu yo. Douga ni modoremashou. What's up?
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
All right. Hello, everyone.
You must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay.
What happened?
Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago.
That's a while.
Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him. But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did?
Maybe he just wants to move on, man.
We will gladly apologize if that's the case. All we want is for him to stay.
But what about what he wants? I mean, I get it, but it's a little on the selfish side. I know they mean well. They're not being angry or mean about it, but it's like, dude's been here for 30 years. So why the change?
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person.
Oh, yeah, his ambition.
I can't claim to fully understand it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times, and then out of the blue, he announced that he was going to leave and become a wanderer.
Yeah.
Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when he's in this state. He's a lost soul.
Okay, this is more reasonable. It's more like worried about him because he's not himself and he's leaving. And it's like, well, let's think about this. Let's talk about it. Let's try to figure out a solution. I get it.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay.
You lived here for a long time.
True, but that's not why I chose to stay here.
Oh?
And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time?
You enjoyed yourself, man.
I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone.
In
the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought, what's to stop me from moving around instead? The emptiness inside me will be there either way.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come flooding back?
Yeah, Tejima. Why don't you just try harder? It's like giving advice about how to deal with depression. Oh, you're sad? Just don't be sad. Oh, thank you. Good. Glad.
Oh, that reminds me. Last time I brought Tejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
So that is odd that having your vision gone, you would actually suffer memory loss as well. I guess if it is tied to your ambition, you would almost like forget why you care about something so much.
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving, we just need to find his diary. It must be around here somewhere. Let's take a look.
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of Tejima's situation.
Okay. Tejima, I'm about to go find your diary and reveal all your secrets. How do you feel about it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Away I go. Damn it. Damn it. Tejima, do you remember where you live? It's a log.
This looks like Tejima's diary, alright.
Oh, it's just outside? Cool.
Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab.
I would have thrown that kid back into the water.
I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more! I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession. Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
Let's go. Let's go visit the shrine. Wherever that may be. Up there. Good.
I wish it could be like this all the time.
Examine marks.
So this is the omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Maybe? Okay. Oh. check. Right here. Found something.
Here we are! This seems to be somewhere that Tejima visited a lot.
Yes. The rocks.
The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years?
He's burying the children.
Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
Swear to God, this is going to be the body of the kid in the river. This was his revenge.
It looks like a letter. The paper's gone yellow. Must have been written a really long time ago. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again?
Isn't that where we are? We're in Konda Village right now, aren't we? If we become separated during war, go wait for me in Konda Village. There will be a safe home for us there. It's here.
Huh. So the reason Tejima came here was to wait for someone.
Yes.
But he's been here for 30 years. Oh, guess they didn't show up in the end, huh?
Yeah, I guess not.
Well, let's go give Tejima his stuff back and take it from there.
Okay. Alright, well, that's sad. So, I feel like it's, oh, he's right here, we're just gonna continue. I mean, in general, it's like, you know, war. Just gonna meet with someone after it here. And, I don't know, he waited and it was sad, but still made a life here with everyone who respected him and stuff, and he was helpful and all that jazz, and perhaps he buried that letter as kind of like a out of sight, out of mind sort of thing, but wrote about it in the diary anyway, because that's what you do in a diary, you write stuff in it. I don't know. Maybe. And now that it's been so long and that his vision was taken from him, he's just kind of forgotten why he was here at all, or his reasoning, or anything.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting, anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by so quickly. 30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
Does that make you feel sad?
No, not especially. After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her face, her voice, the things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it.
I mean, the idea of forgetting all of that's pretty sad.
It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with.
Ugh.
As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream.
That's rough. You still plan on leaving?
I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting.
Interesting.
Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her?
I mean, if she remembered everything about you, sure, but you never know. She could be in a similar situation where she doesn't know anymore as far as what she's supposed to do, meant to do, if she's even around at all.
When I think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness, the feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Okay.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really sad.
Losing a reason to feel sad is maybe the saddest thing of all.
Seems it's just like Ayaka and Thoma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too. That certainly explains the state Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
Yeah.
Well, let's go find the next person.
Okay, 1 out of 3 complete. Let's go find the next person. Okay. Hello, everybody.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own? Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation.
How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Emergency provisions? Like emergency food?
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
What? We just happened to be passing by. We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself, I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
Okay. Well, if what they're saying is true and that he used to be very like tolerant and just like chill to talk to amongst the other samurai, like, you know, when comparing to the other samurai that these people have had to deal with, I don't know. Maybe it's because he cared, and now he doesn't care as much now because of what happened. We'll find out.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to.
I heard that you lost your vision recently.
And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision.
Damn.
And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
That's a bunch of bogus stuff.
Well, that's strange. You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
Hey, man. It's either everyone or no one.
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details. All I know is that I would perform certain things every month. But I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, my house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two.
Damn.
If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be telling the truth. But we better confirm. Let's go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they have to say.
Yeah.
We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
Yeah. Okay. Treasure hoarder time. Anything else?
I never thought that one day I'd be relying on treasure hoarders to prove my innocence.
That is pretty funny. Alright. Oh, these look like the guys.
We really outdid ourselves this time.
Freaking Ken.
All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history.
You demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after. Let's teach them a lesson.
Alright, let's beat them up. Hey guys, I'm gonna go beat you up right now.
Another
ready?
test subject.
Lightning flash!
Decided by destiny.
Have a little taste.
Boba, get them!
There we go.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know?
That's a shame.
Come on, boss. Think of something.
Yeah, boss, think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like you.
Bruh, I could take out your whole organization. Forget it. Tell us all you know about Kurosawa.
Kurosawa? Oh, I remember.
Yeah, you do.
So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
Kinda.
Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
You shouldn't have hit any of them.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's in the box.
I don't like that deal, because he could have opened up the box and taken out whatever's inside of it. How are we going to trust him on his word?
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too.
Was Kurosawa just giving people like everything he had to help them, and he just kept getting IOUs back, like from the village people even. So like he's been just kind of like getting used the entire time. That'd be really weird.
And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here.
Oh, it's a specific person.
We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, that's wild.
As for you guys, you're free to go. Just pray that our paths don't cross again.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
You guys must be brothers.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even?
Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
Oh, man. Alright, General Goods Store, where are you, Miss Aoi? Alright. Alright, Blue, what do you got for me?
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need. Can I help you find something? Or perhaps there's something you want to inquire about?
About these IOUs.
Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Oh. He's been giving you IOUs?
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're just here to learn where they all came from.
Wait, I don't understand. Why would he have a box of IOUs? Did he pre-write a bunch of IOUs to give to people to get things? I imagine if you had a box of IOUs, that means people would be giving you the IOUs, which means they owe you. He talked about people owing him. So what's she on about? She trying to twist the story? I'm confused.
How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super expensive here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account.
Bro, there aren't emergency provisions. He's just been buying food for people and handing it out without having the money because he just doesn't make shit. Oh, that's crazy. And now he just doesn't remember because he's all messed up with having his vision gone. This guy was in dire straits before that all happened.
However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
No, because he gives the stuff out to the same people. It's not like the number of people became less, it's just, oh.
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
Especially after such long and careful planning.
And now there's none whatsoever.
So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
Yeah.
Wow. Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense.
What a good guy. Crazy, but good guy.
And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
Man, he doesn't even know. It's like, oh man.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now.
True, but at the same time, he doesn't want to be like, I bought this with my own money, and that makes them feel guilty. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you don't... it means less if you shout out your good deeds. It's good that you're doing them, but by being all like, I held the door open for an elderly woman today. Like, if you just like go out and say that, it's like, okay, why are you telling me? Like, just do the good thing, you know? But in this case, it's a more extreme.
Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself.
Yeah, I feel like he maybe hasn't even been getting paid for what he's doing. I mean, like, there should be emergency provisions already established. Perhaps that's what he's owed, maybe. So he can do his job properly and not use up all his own money and live a harsher lifestyle because of it. Ugh.
If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself?
Unfortunately, he doesn't remember.
I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated.
True. It was.
Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
But then how does he do his job?
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think.
Don't be like that. Come on.
Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you would kindly settle today's bill.
No. Sorry, that's not why I'm here. I'm not his accountant. I'm not lending money. It's fine. You're fine. You'll get it someday. Don't worry about it.
But we didn't buy anything.
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
You're not an info broker, though.
Don't worry. I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway. Oh, let me think. 2,000 mora should be a fair price.
If it's not explicitly confidential, I don't have to pay you anything. No, not fair enough. I'm walking away. That's crazy.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions are coming from. Plus, we found out that Kurosawa has a priceless sword in his possession. Let's go talk to Kurosawa again and see if he can remember anything.
You suck. Ooh, I landed right on you. Damn. Sorry about that.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
You know, away.
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often.
No. See, this is bad. This is you going down the wrong path right now. You saying this shit.
Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
Actually... yeah.
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was?
Yeah.
I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand.
Because you were the kind of person that put others before yourself, man. You were selfless.
But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so.
Mind if we have a look?
This sword was once wielded by my father. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up catching me in the act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either. It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
The words are virtue and justice.
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need, and look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision, and the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me.
Things weren't communicated very well.
And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade.
Yeah, because you don't want to be doing that.
I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Thoma about Kurosawa's debt. The Yashiro Commission would surely help cover his expenses.
We shouldn't say surely, but, you know, they might.
In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword.
Losing a vision is no trifling matter.
Yeah. Seems like losing all ambition is a terrible experience.
Yeah, your memories go with it. It sucks.
Fortunately for us, you don't have a vision.
That's right. I don't. I'm just special.
Let's go find the next poor soul.
Okay.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Paimon heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive.
It does.
This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Okay.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him. Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Is he acting weird because he doesn't have his vision and you think he's possessed because of that?
Hey there! Did something happen?
Who are you?
You know, just a couple of cards.
I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately!
You probably shouldn't say your sensei's impaired out loud if you have potential threats at your door.
Don't make me draw my blade, or you won't live to regret it.
I could take him. Not that I would want to.
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
We're here to become disciples.
Disciples?
Yeah.
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way, to seek him out and ask him to train us.
Alright, Paimon, now you're thank you, but it's a little too much.
But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here.
Oh, I get that a lot.
Please, accept my apologies. We've had so many people trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert.
Understandable.
You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time being.
We can wait till he's recovered.
I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave.
Okay.
Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
I haven't heard of it.
Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight.
Sounds pretty badass.
He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
You haven't heard of it?
No.
It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island.
Cool.
The head shrine maiden is reputed to have very close ties with the almighty shogun herself.
Is that Yaimiko? Oh no. I say oh no because I already know she's going to have an effect on me. God damn it.
Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine.
Yeah!
The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
Okay.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
Maybe he is possessed, but I figured he'd just be really weird, like everyone else has been. Alright guys, well, I guess I have to come back later. Any other words you want to share with me?
Sensei will be fine. I'm sure of it. He's a strong person.
Gotcha. How about you, Nanako?
I just hope Sensei doesn't have to endure this much longer.
Fair. Hey, we're back to watch The Exorcism.
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei in one of his fits of madness.
Oh, really? Damn.
Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away.
Oh no.
It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past.
If this is a guy who has made his life around becoming like one of the best sword masters and challenged other people and defeated other sword masters, and his vision is then taken away, his ambition and memories of maybe being that great swordmaster that challenged himself and other people to prove that he was the best, is now gone, and instead he considers himself more of just a murderer? Because it's all foggy and he might remember, like, I know I've beat these people, I know I've killed certain people, but, like, why? Why was I so violent? You know? Maybe if I had memories of me just brutally beating up people or whatever out of nowhere without like a reason as to why, I would probably think I'm a psycho and I would question my own morals. So maybe he has this weird guilt thing going on.
One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him, so the exorcism can finally continue. The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon.
We'll see.
Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be solved through this, but can't say they're done for trying. They don't know. Oh, hello. Where are you going?
Huh? Who's that sneaking around?
It's Tejima.
Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on, let's go after them. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Let's see if anything becomes more clear.
Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
This is Tejima, right?
How did you catch up with me so quickly?
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm losing my mind.
Are you sure you're Domon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does.
I guess it's not. I thought they were all connected somehow. That I don't know. Maybe they still are some way, but I got nothing.
Unless, I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
Excuse me? We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Bad news? I'll have you know I trained side by side with Domon back in the day, long before you ever showed up.
Oh, are you the guy?
I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Domon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Alright, so I'm just insane. I thought this was Tejima because I think they have like the similar hair, and Tejima had a beard. I just realized. I just remembered. I'm off my rocker. My bad.
Anzai? Yes, that's me.
Why'd you run?
Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else associated with him ever again.
Then why'd you walk up?
When we were young, we trained under the same swordmaster, studying Make-Yoshi Sui art together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward. I was no exception. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world.
Well, why didn't you?
Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best sword master barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade. I thought so too at the time, but Domon began making swift progress in his training and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this goal, no matter what stood in his way.
Sure sounds like he meant business. So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Meikyo Shisui art. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high expectations for me.
Sounds like your heart might not have been in the right place.
Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Meikyo Shisui art to perfection.
Well, at least you acknowledge it and you're not being immature about it.
I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten. So you see, I came here not to cause him any harm. I just wanted to see for myself. Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Seems like we got it wrong this time. He wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all.
Well, I never thought that, Paimon. You're just paranoid.
Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
Yeah. We'll do that. Okay. God, I don't know what I was on about before. I was thinking way too hard about it. But that's cool. We got a little insight from one of the guys himself. Hey, person.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
Yeah.
Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Yeah, what's wrong is that people's visions are being taken, man.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
Yeah, man. You're supposed to not have agitation and all that jazz.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yae has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yae? Is that the same Lady Yae that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Oh boy.
Correct. Lady Yae is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of evil spirits and aversion of great calamities. Good. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yae can give a conclusive verdict.
Nice.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yae?
What did your heart tell you?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting.
Or that. Just be on time. Don't be late.
I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned enough to deserve Lady Yai's attention?
No, that's not what I meant at all. You misunderstand me. I just mean this is Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the almighty Shogun herself. Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
I will gladly join you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too.
Very much so.
Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden Chokan from her.
Very true as well. Ah. Oh, it's the tree. Here we go. Okay. It's a nice place.
Do you think that's Lady Yai? Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence.
She do.
Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now?
She probably did.
It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Lady Yai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Yai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean
He's gone wacko, kid.
Yes. This is a change in the person himself. Unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such a dramatic change? How does that explain his descent into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught.
Yep.
Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Yeah, man, I mean, like, it makes a lot of sense. Can you truly be rid of all your stress, agitation, and whatever? Like, sure, you can know how to control it. You can put on a facade as if it doesn't affect you. But, you know, bottling everything in, it's not good. And this is a pretty good example of someone who loses their ambition and that bottle bursts. And now they're just driven mad by the things that they've done and put people through and witnessed and stuff. So although you have his rival and his sensei talking about removing agitation from the mind and all that stuff, it's kind of garbage. They're not saying it to be they're not trying to scam. They're not trying to deceive or anything like that. It's a mindset. But ultimately, we're just people. And things are still going to affect us, whether you like it or not. So, yeah. I think I kind of said something before when what's-his-face was the rival, whatever, the senior to this guy, was talking about how he, you know, how he felt when he lost and all that stuff, and just kind of... I don't know. I see what she's saying. I could see someone seeing like, oh man, she is super rude right now. She's being very real, though.
Lady, I'm not sure I understand.
The path of the Sword Master is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking to pursue the position of greatest Sword Master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others, even those of one's closest companions.
Mm-hmm.
Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Anzai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anzai? Where did he come from? Did he follow us the whole way here?
Anzai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start?
If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my days. I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. All I know is that here and now, in the present, I wish to continue. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, it is time for you to release yours into their custody. You are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
Damn. Bonsai being very real right now.
I understand.
Look at Yaimiko just watching all this. She be watching.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, so I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them. Well, don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to Lady Yai and then get yourself back home.
Yeah. Okay.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Yes, it seems as good of a resolution as we can hope for.
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
Oh?
So, my intuition was correct.
Mm-hmm.
The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores.
Yeah.
For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
What are you hoping that I do?
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you.
Good.
She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that.
Mm-hmm.
We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
Yes. Okay. Hell yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of losing it a little bit helping all these NPCs. Now, normally I don't mind helping the NPCs because there is world building there. There's things that make the world feel more lived in. but in my opinion, it felt a little too long. Like, I get the message. I understand that we're trying to have Ether go through this journey, and now he's realizing how big of a deal this Vision Hunt decree is and how it affects people who lose their ambition, right? I think the message is good, and I like how that previous stuff I mentioned does lead into this thing, this aspect of it. I think that's very good. But the NPC stuff could have been a little less, or a little tighter, in my opinion. There's a little too much going around, but, you know, you meet Yaemiko, and that's really cool, stuff like that, and yeah, it eventually leads to our conclusion here, but that was just my personal feelings at the time. I wonder if she has a particular stance that she takes, or is she just watching for the sake of watching? But she also expects certain things to happen, so she definitely has something. Well, I know that she is like a fox spirit thing, like, you know what I mean, like she's got stuff. I'm looking forward to finding out more about her situation and what she does. Other than just being like, you know, she's chief editor of like of her light novels or whatever, but she's also a very important, highly respected shrine maiden that almost seems like legendary here with how people talk about her, and that she's so closely associated to the Raiden Shogun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to more. But let's go into here. See what they can tell me after I report back.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
She's just not there.
Huh? No.
Oh, she's here. Could have said something. Cool.
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
The damage done by losing a vision can't be completely undone.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
True. You want to know this?
Because now that you have done the 3 things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends.
Oh.
As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Thoma also.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. But isn't Thoma your, servant?
Yeah.
Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Thoma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
That's cool.
Oh, okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Friend request accepted.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen?
I hope they can one day be free from their torment. It seems to be a fate worse than death. Yeah.
Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential. Thunders roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
I will help you fight the Vision Hunt decree. We could have just said yes from the start. We know, we always go around and Paimon's like, we like helping people, and then to suddenly be like, nah. And then now Ayaka makes us go out and see it for ourselves, and we come back like, yeah, now I care. It is good that us as a character, Ether here, actually understands how big of a deal it is, what people are actually going through when they lose their visions. So this whole Archon quest was essentially lesson learned, right? Through seeing it ourselves. It's good. It's good character development, right? Because they could have been like, I don't know, and if they did that, then I would have said, okay, that's shit writing. This is actually written in a way where still a little confusing at first, but it works out. It works out. And if you take into the things that I said before about how I understand why he feels the way he does about these things, how he just wants what he wants because he's tired of getting pulled and pushed around and just needs answers at this point. It makes sense why he acted the way he did, right? And I said that. It just drives me as a player crazy. But this is good that we got around it and we're here and we got to see how at least this island is and how it's affected by what the Kamisato clan is concerned about. Nice.
You will? Really?
But you must keep the promise you made me. I don't work for free.
Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
What, did you give up on me, Thoma? It's fair.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komore Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
Okay. We go to the tea house.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
Okay, Thoma.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
Is it because of the tea?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access. Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Paimon gets it! Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Just confidential stuff.
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here. Only members of the Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me?
Yeah. I got some questions. What kind of god is the Raiden Shogun?
The Almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions, most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity, acting accordingly without feeling.
Is no one else fighting the Vision Hunt decree?
The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt decree is something that has no implications whatsoever. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt decree is one of indifference.
Right. Because a lot of people without visions, or quite a few. Some people don't care, or are already indifferent, while there are others who are jealous. So when you have these people who are getting visions removed, and you have these people who either don't care or are jealous, of course the response is going to be like, whatever, or good. Now they know what it's like to be normal again. You know? So that would make sense that the average man isn't like, that's not fair, because they wouldn't care. They have no reason to care. Unless if it's like, you know, a loved one or someone that you respect, like the sensei at the dojo that we just dealt with. Like, you know, his students care very much about him and his well-being and learning from him, and the fact that he was a mess of a person, that was concerning. So yeah.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
That's a mad face right there.
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there is also the resistance on Watatsumi Island.
That's where Kokomi is. And Goro.
Resistance? You mean like an army fighting against the decree?
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group.
There was a book that I picked up, I think even in here, about Sangonomiya, or some story about that. So perhaps some research was being done.
To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt decree.
Have you raised a formal objection to the Vision Hunt decree?
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed by both the Tenryou Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped.
Yeah, so 2 out of 3, you're kind of SOL.
They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt decree.
I have no further questions.
Paimon has a question though.
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
I don't even know what she's about to ask. I can't even imagine.
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt decree?
Okay, thank God. I was hoping that it wasn't going to be something about like, what about treasure? Like out of nowhere. It's like, oh geez. Okay, cool.
To be honest, we do not.
Oh, that sucks. That's unfortunate.
What?
Yeah, we should have a plan.
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
It's going to be a big problem.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree.
Yeah, but that doesn't solve the problem, though. I get it's all you can do in the meantime, but like, damn.
For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Paimon, Venti's vision is fake. And I believe we know this in-game. Doesn't he straight up say it? What do you mean? Are you just surprised that people just make them because they can? Like, or are you surprised that it's even possible? Like, what are you getting? I don't understand. I don't understand this character sometimes, guys.
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article.
Must have been where Venti went.
The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Oh, that's no good.
Darn! So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu.
He has saved many others. It's only right that he should be saved too.
Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt.
So that means you gotta get us, people who are not connected. So you're offloading that job to me, huh?
By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone.
The only problem is that if I get in trouble, you gotta make sure that I don't, that I don't stay in prison. That I get taken, I just need some guarantee that I got my back. Someone's got my back, right?
When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Yoimiya. Where the hell am I going now? Going over here? A flower blooms in a prison. Bird attack! Huh! Got him.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me.
Go, Emon.
If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time. You'd best save yourself the trouble.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold, can we?
Let's move.
Psst. Hey, wait.
Oh, like this? Okay, sure.
Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention. Come on, this way.
We're meeting a lot of characters in this first Archon quest.
What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help? Shh, quiet. Just sit tight and watch for a moment.
Okay.
Hey, this isn't right, Just because you don't have a vision doesn't mean you can sit back and watch others in trouble.
Paimon, shh.
Huh? Hey, wait! You do have a vision! Shh! If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right. Here, take it.
Wise choice. All right, let's go.
Damn.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he know what could happen to him after losing it?
Maybe it was a fake one?
This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya. If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
There we go.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
So the vision they took was fake?
Oh, so that's what's going on here. And to think Paimon was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya. Sorry about that. think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be the same.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet you. Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me.
I wonder if she, like, offers... Well, not offers, but I mean, or, like, sends supplies down, or has some kind of trade with, between here and Liyue for their lantern rite. With firework stuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business without it. Ugh.
Yes, Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition they deserve.
Master Masakatsu? Huh? Do you guys know him too?
Ms. Kamisato mentioned his name. We were just on our way to rescue him.
You don't say! Then it sounds like the Shirasago Himegimi has a plan.
Kind of.
Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out too recently. But if I just march straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about if I join you instead?
Sure.
Sure! Welcome to the team! Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop. She must have meant you! Seems like I finally got a new job to do. You know, besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in.
Okay.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got the right person on our team.
So, yeah, it seems like Ayaka knew that Yoimiya was considering about breaking him out. So now it's like, oh, go meet this person who's got that line of thought. You guys can help each other out.
Not
Makes
bad,
sense.
Huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready. Don't worry, Mr. Masakatsu. We're on our way. Time to break him out.
Yeah. Hello, this looks like the police station. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna walk right in and go over here. Nothing suspicious. Don't worry about it. You guys just, you know, keep to your posts. Or actually, ooh.
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined. Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here.
Okay.
We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back.
It's gonna be a bomb.
You sure? Alright then. Just be careful not to get caught.
Okay.
Yes, you too.
Thanks. Here we go. Time to clear it out. Oh. We're just straight up fighting. No sneaky mission or anything. We're just in it.
Lightning flash! Rack and ruin!
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
Talk about a big door. It seems we need to collect something shaped like Magatama in order to open it.
Yeah, this place seems a lot bigger on the inside than it does the outside. Then again, I guess we're underground. So, oh, okay. Ow. Where are you going?
Teach me a lesson.
What?
Fate is upon you.
Bullshit, you were in that fight, dude.
Don't hold back.
condemn you.
You punk ass.
This wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it.
It moved. Huzzah. Oh.
These guys seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that armor over there has anything to do with the source of their strength.
Oh. Shut down. There we go.
Doesn't that Boy Thoma shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
Got two of these. And there's another one. Okay. We're making progress. This is quite the prison break.
Take this!
There's gotta be a thing to turn it off, right?
Out of the frying pan, it's fire!
Ow. I guess I'll just destroy him like that. It's fine. There we go. And we're in. Up and over? You can't climb on these walls? Are you kidding me?
2,000 years later.
There we go. Nice.
Shh! Quick! Hide! Look over there. That must be Master Masakatsu.
Did you really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
Why you guys sound so evil?
No.
Oh no! Those Tenryo Commission brutes are torturing him!
Yeah, that's not very cool.
If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Huh? Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
We need to ensure we have a means of escape.
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Kujou Sara?
Ah, ma'am.
We were just teaching him a little lesson, that's all.
Huh? Who's that?
That's Kujou Sara,
Hmm.
adopted daughter of the Kujou clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army. What's she doing here?
I think Kazuha mentioned her before. She's also enforcing the Vision Hunt decree.
Make way, let me have a look at him.
Maybe she won't be as mean as these guys, though?
I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryo Commission itself. Do I make myself clear?
Alright, so she is definitely on the side that we're like, against, you know, kinda, but at least she's not, like, heartless about it. She doesn't think these people need to be tortured, per se. Just put back in line.
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
Paimon sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Oh boy.
Who is that? Quick, go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
They'll find us for sure if we don't do something.
Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Okay, do your thing. Oh.
Fireworks!
That's still the way we came from. They'd have to come this way anyway, right?
Huh? Was that an explosion?
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry!
Guess there might be more than one way up.
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Maybe more than enough.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know.
Nice work.
I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to.
Now's not the time. Oh, jeez. Okay, okay. It's a whole show.
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Well, those guards deserved what they got.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
All right. Hello, sir.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute!
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, she never left. You were over there watching us this whole time, weren't you?
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me.
Oh! Was not expecting this. Unless if she means leave and leave him.
He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention.
Okay. She's cool.
But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. This is like, you get a head start.
Well... you can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Thank you. We will protect Master Masakatsu.
Leave this place.
Nice.
Lightning flash!
Oops, sorry.
Whew. We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
We gotta get you healed up and into hiding, dude.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Thank you. All of you. I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks once this is all over.
Thanks, that would be awesome.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu. Good thing we were able to rescue him.
Yoimiya was cool, man. And so was Kujou Sara in her own way. I know she's like simping for the Raiden Shogun and all that stuff and enforcing this Vision Hunt decree, and from our stance, we're not cool with that. But she does have a sense of honor, I guess, you know? Her men torturing Masakatsu, not cool, not part of the rules, kind of disgraceful, all sorts of stuff, especially like, you know, like under her watch, not cool with that. We come in there, we go to break him out, and she's like, yeah, take him. He needs medical attention now. Like, just... But, I mean, I'm still gonna do my job. I mean, it's... I like that. like the nuance there, right? It's cool. And I also like how Yoimiya is having a much bigger part than I thought she was going to have. Because I imagined that she was just going to kind of be like a more... Based on the original stuff I've seen her in, maybe like a friend of Ayaka's. When I say that, I mean like I've seen her character trailer, right? I thought she was going to be more like a friend of Ayaka, kind of like comic relief, kind of like wholesomeness. Like, you know, with like the fireworks and stuff, just sort of goofy. And she has those things, but she's also having a rather important role in what's been happening so far, especially within this, at this part of the Archon quest. It's really cool. It wasn't just like a quick cameo, like, oh yeah, hi, I'm over here, I swapped the thing, blah blah blah. But no, she's just kind of like, yeah, I've been trying to do this prison break because of this guy. He's super important. We need to get him. And we're like, hell yeah. And she uses her fireworks as a diversion of sorts. Like, it's cool. I really like that, how they're incorporating these characters now with all this other stuff that's happening around the NPCs, right? Yaimiko was not as much. I mean, it was cool that she was introduced to us in this way through like NPCs and their issues and figuring out with this whole what's going on with the visions and stuff. We didn't really like do anything with her yet, but she alluded to other things that are to happen, and it shows that her character knows a lot more than we do, and that's just kind of foreshadowing that we are going to be meeting her again, probably sooner than later, to go over and deal with all sorts of stuff, right? We're definitely going to be talking to Ayaka again. Definitely going to meet her brother relatively soon, probably, because they're big characters in this whole thing, being against this Vision Hunt decree. All thanks to that person.
Right, Kujou Sara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him?
Yeah, I do.
It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the Vision Hunt decree, of course.
Of course, yeah, but people are still people.
How about we go tell Ayaka and the others the good news?
Let's go to the Komore Tea House. Damn it.
I see. So Kujou Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely. Don't forget, Kujou Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun without question. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape.
True. He's making fake visions, so it's like, sure, that could like confuse them and stuff. But he's not a threat to the decree. He's not actively fighting against them. I see what she's saying.
If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one step closer to victory, and we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Thanks for the compliment.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler.
Yeah. I mean, if Yoimiya got caught, that would have been bad. If she went in by herself and stuff, and maybe got caught, that'd be pretty bad.
But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
Yeah. Ah, yes, politics. I dislike politics in real life. However, when it comes to a fictional world, I actually enjoy them a lot. I think it's really cool how we have to sort of maneuver a certain way around certain rules to get by and do things here. It's kind of cool. I really appreciate that. And politics have been a theme throughout the other regions as well, as they will continuing going forward, because every place has its own set of rules and how they run things. I like it a lot, and Inazuma does a very interesting job at enhancing that aspect of this even more.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. Yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it a ceremony of sorts. And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful than usual.
Interesting.
A ceremony, you say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryou Commission?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than usual.
I don't know how I feel about this ceremony.
You do present a good point. Being in a constant state of alert will only tire us further. Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Thoma, what would you suggest?
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of hot pot together?
Go for some shabu-shabu?
Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
I don't know what kind of game you're trying to play with my hot pot.
A hot pot game? What's that? Well, as long as it has to do with eating.
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients together. Then we take it in turns to close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was.
Interesting.
Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god of hot pot.
Huh. I wonder if that's an actual thing, because I've never heard of that in Japan, but that'd be interesting.
Don't you think it sounds like fun? I've been wanting to give it a try. In fact, I've already got my ingredients prepared.
You sound a little too excited about this hot pot, Thoma. I'm not sure.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. But what should we choose?
I'm very much like, Thoma's a good guy. He's a cool guy. Very positive guy. Oh no, he's starting to sound too positive. Now I'm getting paranoid. These are my trust issues. I'm sure Thoma's fine, but I got trust issues, man. Guy is too happy.
This was possibly the scariest looking hot pot Paimon's ever seen. Fortunately, Thoma ended up eating all the weird stuff.
Yeah, you can say that again. But hey, at least I got the most points. Oh, wait a moment. That doesn't feel good.
Oh man. We put in the normal stuff, and they went with the weird stuff. I would never play this game. I would never.
I'm afraid it's your own fault for adding all those strange ingredients, Thoma. The soup flavor wasn't quite the same afterwards. Even with a traveler's normal ingredients, I still couldn't guess any of them correctly.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cakes in hot pot? Ugh. Think of the texture.
I must apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought the cakes would be a tasty addition.
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down.
What did you eat that was yours that was gonna... Man, as far as I'm concerned, assassination attempt. After a while.
I feel like a new man.
Good.
You know, Thoma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn. Talk about being competitive.
The look. Oh, God.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the God of Hot Pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I couldn't be beaten at my own game first time around. I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. I can sense it.
That's good.
So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is me.
Congrats.
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team. Another important job taken care of. Next on the agenda, some well-earned rest and relaxation.
Yes. If the Tenryou Commission truly is as busy with preparations as Thoma claims, then some rest would be a welcome change of pace. And with the extra time, there are some other matters I wish to attend to.
Okay.
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the Komore Tea House and discuss our next operation. Downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure to make the most of it. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
Thoma, why?
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now that everyone knows the rules. I'll see you all later.
Bye, Thoma! Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komore Tea House for a while. Why don't we go explore some other places?
Sure, we could do that. The Immovable God and the Eternal Euthymia. Completed! Okay. And there it is. Chapter 2, Act 1, complete. Inazuma. We're here. We're doing it. It's great. We're meeting all the characters. Next, we're going to be hanging out with Ayaka. Then we're going to have some World Quest stuff. And we got Yoimiya. And then we got more Archon quests. And it gets crazy. And I can't wait to show you my adventure, guys. This has been absolutely insane. And I know not everyone is a huge fan of Inazuma. Maybe it's just me because I get to play it all at once, where I'm enjoying it more. But I definitely see where some people can like it, where some people can dislike it. As for me, though, I think the story is great. And I think I'm going to continue enjoying it. And that's pretty much it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to support me, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like the video, leave a comment down below, and check out the description for additional ways of how to support me. Every little bit counts, and until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.